hands are feeling sort of sweaty and cold, and like, I'm not even playing the game. I'm so excited for this one.
Oh, it's so sick because VP has surprised everyone. This has been phenomenal. The one area where you got to look at VP and say this has been resurgent, but where they need to improve, Snacks. He's got to show up today if they're going to overcome SK because, you know, Sponge talked about it on the desk, and I agree with him completely. The level that SK brought out on their T side of Mirage last night in the semifinal was world class. That was some of the best play. That was some of the best Counter-Strike we've seen all year.
I mean, I'm in on that story. I think that's exactly what's going to happen, Moses. I've been thinking about it all day. You know, he's been lying dormant, hasn't really been showing
He's got us all right where he wants us, doesn't he?
Yes. I think it's going to happen this Grand Finals. Best of 5, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the show here, the Epicenter Grand Final. Virtus.pro versus SK Gaming. And we're going to start on Mirage with Virtus.pro on the CT side, SK on the T side. And so far, that Molotov is a little bit stand out. Already a smoke towards top connector. Let's see what they can bring us here on the SK side. Looks like an attempt for mid-control. Neo going to find maybe a bit more than he wanted, but a mid-air headshot. Snack showing up with a great double kill. And that's one way to get started.
Yeah, that's absolutely disgusting. A great stack. That's the bomb down as well. Taco's got so much work, and he's getting chipped away from range. Beautiful job of mid-control for VP. And that's an area they're going to have to concentrate on during this entire half that they have. They need to control mid because that's what punished Astralis in the semifinal. Was coldzera, was Bolts getting pushed up towards window, towards Cat. They cannot allow that to happen. And pissed around all goes well for VP. And there's Snacks. Double kill.
Yes, it's all going according to the prophecy, Moses. We are well on our way. Taco, though, no chance at all. I mean, no matter what he was going to do there, that's just not going to be a winnable round. So Pasha will close it out. And SK trying for something quite cool. I mean, I like the smoke to the top connector that sort of blocks off anyone from watching if they were inside of the A-bomb site.
Yep.
And then the 3-man knockout attempt at the catwalk. That could have worked very well.
You have to say as well, Neo played that so well. He gets the peek. It's a very shallow peek. He doesn't overextend. He spots the rush coming, and he falls back. And he takes the fight at a perfect position for Snacks to be able to contribute. He really baits SK into turning that corner. It's quite nice. Bialy, who's had a phenomenal tournament, he's up next. He's going to push. There goes coldzera. No damage taken on the SK side of things. This is very, very passive from SK, all things considered. More push from Bialy, but he's got to be careful.
Yeah, you can almost tell that he wanted to maybe overpeak that a bit, but he's going to think twice about it. They've got to be careful for is down there in the underpass. What is CSET 75? Couple of deagles as well on the SK team, but hopefully Virtus.pro can just close out this round and not lose too much. It's been going sort of a bit back and forth. We've seen a lot of games this tournament where the second round has been lost by the team that actually won the pistol, so don't want to do that.
And Bialy could get surrounded, but he's so mindful at the moment. And right up top, he transfers it over perfectly. And there's 4 kills on the round for him. Bolts gets a kill over at the A bomb site, and Bialy, he's not even chasing down the ace, which you like to see. But these are stellar shots from Bolts, doing what he can to make this costly.
Definitely very annoying when you've got the whole round under control. He still has 45 seconds here, so could just do a little bit to remind Virtus.pro early on just exactly who they're playing against, and also bring the team back, you know, into that mindset. We saw SK had a really bad start, I think it was on this map yesterday, right, against Astralis, yes. And took them some time before they got into it, so...
Well, that's the thing we saw. SK yesterday was so very good at adapting, so no matter how big this lead gets for VP, you have to still feel the danger from the Virtus.pro side. Bolts in window, Neo's watching for that. Tags him up and just stays hidden, and there goes Snacks. He's going to get the final kill. It's a 2-0. And, you know, we should touch on the fact, you know, looking at the stats page, because I did have Peter from HLTV. We talked yesterday how it felt like coldzera had a quiet tournament, but a quiet feeling tournament for him was him being in second place of all players in the tournament in the rating category. That performance last night pushed him up to number 1.
My God.
And then he's got Fallen right behind him in 2, and he's got Fur in 3.
How do you stop that? That seems so outrageous. How could the 3 highest rated players in the tournament all be from the same team?
There's no one in VP even in the top 10. You go down and it's Pasha and Bialy, but I mean they're well outside the top 10. So scary proposition for the Polish team.
Absolutely is. Great grenades into the middle, and it's going to soften up the unarmored targets that are roaming around in there. You see them being chewed up here by the SMGs. In fact, all of the kills here for VP are all SMGs, which is just great news. That's going to give them, especially with the quad kill from Bialy in the previous round.
Oh, yeah.
That's now, what, like 9 kills in 2 rounds that are all SMGs.
Yeah, he's loaded, baby. He's rolling in it. He's going to love that, and that's going to be great as well to keep an AWP in Pasha's hands. And now they have the decision to make where it's almost like there are 2 rounds ensuing after the pistol went up too well, where they have to give up some of the SMGs to upgrade, and it doesn't look like they're going to. So they're going to keep 2 UMPs, an MP9, then they have the M4 and the AWP on Pasha.
What's been dubbed a bonus round, I think by Henry G as well, coming up with that term.
We went through a lot of terms for it. I'm glad we ended up on bonus. There are a couple sketchy ones thrown in there.
There were. I quite like the idea. I think it's a nice way to put it. And if you win with just SMGs, you know you've got to be feeling great. Is that a team nade on Snacks?
It very well could have been. I didn't catch it, but he's pushed up aggressively. He's got a lot of information, and you can see Virtus.pro being very, very proactive at the moment. Neo's going to be in ladder room close up with the SMG. And then he's got Taz, another SMG, backing him up on Catwalk. So another crossfire there. They really want to deny coldzera's access to that portion of the map.
Taz playing close with the UMP. You could understand that. Don't want to be far back in the B-bomb site. That could always get a bit risky. Taco, is he asking for a flashbang? No one's got one prime there. They are going to go and peek Neo. And he actually gets a kill. Cold is so ready for it. Instantly thinks there might have been someone there, but now he's going to round the corner and not check for Snacks, and Snacks wants more than just a single kill. He's going to get it, go aggressive against Fallen. This is such brilliant play, catching both off guard, and a bit of missed shot there from Pasha that he probably should not have missed, but still isolates Fur a lot, and the bomb is on the wrong side. Great headshot though.
Yeah, it absolutely is. Snacks cannot give up that fight. He falls away. That could be the op out of the hands. At least that's a small victory for Fur to take. And he's got Bialy waiting for this. He even checks for it, but Bialy's very, very passive. So time's running down, 20 seconds on the clock. This is the next fight. Is Fur going to be ready for it? Snacks, he's just playing the game. He knows he's got to get to the bomb site. That's a perfect flashbang. Bialy hasn't moved. Bialy's just being cautious that he can't pick up the bomb and fall back.
8 seconds. He can't even spend time fighting Snacks. He has to run. This is already done. As soon as he crouches for that spray, the round is pretty much over. So, I mean, it's an impossible situation. If Snacks just hides, then there's nothing you could do. Yeah,
beautiful play from Snacks, using his brain there instead of the massive amount of skill we know he has, just to play the timer, just to force Fur to commit to him and really make it unwinnable. But I mean, we called him out in the pregame. He had a great pistol round. He's had a great round here. And I'm wondering if this is a game plan from VP, because they stack up 3 players, 2 on Catwalk and 1 pushed up in the halls. I mean, not only is that a large presence, because we know SK likes their mid control, we know like they like Cat control, but when they get the 2 kills on Cat, when they trade them out, they're thinking those are the 2 B players. We probably have an open sight, and Snack's able to sneak into the perfect position.
So the Brazilian side still looking for an opening, a way to get into one of these bomb sites. They're going to try for the A1 this time with all Deagles. Now, they do have some incredibly proficient Deagle players, so we can't really count them out yet, but we'll see how they do against the rifles. One counter grenade already coming up from VP. They're just trying to buy a little bit of time, and there's a lot of presence here for the Polish side.
Really is. This is great. The op just peering at an angle. Bialy waiting for that smoke to fade, being a little bold considering he's probably got the knowledge that he's only going up against pistols in this. The Molotov is well timed as well. It's going to delay this push just a bit longer. These Deagles have to go to work at range because they've got no utility.
They so badly want somebody to peek. You could see in the middle, Cold is there with the Deagle, wants someone to peek in a window or connector or really anywhere. They just want a target that they can fight long range, where they can sort of jiggle peek it. Now instead they're going to be forced into a fight with Bialy. He gets one. Taz is there to follow it up and still in relative safety. Pasha also taking care of the ramp push. And they're handling all of this very well on the VP side. No crazy overextensions, no ridiculous fights being taken. And then the grenade usage to sort of zone out the incoming push.
There seemed like there was going to be a danger point when Bialy transitioned to this position inside the site. He took his eyes off ramp, which was when SK started moving up. But that Molotov from Pasha was perfectly timed and really saved the day. Prevented anyone from peeking Palace while Bialy wasn't paying attention to it. That was well done. Now comes the test. 5th round, the SK team is going to have guns again. You got to imagine there's going to be an op on Fallen's hands. And we were privy to a pretty funny conversation last night leaving the arena, where Fallen mentioned one of the hardest parts about opping against Pasha is his movement. I think we all can agree that Pasha's movement is not the smoothest of anyone's. And he said sometimes it's just very confusing when you're trying to line up your crosshair to go against him.
Yeah, I mean, you have a pattern of how you know an enemy AWPer is supposed to be playing, and Pasha's playing well outside of that. Can definitely mess up your aim a little bit. Snacks pushing against the corner of the smoke there to take down Taco, and now he's hiding inside it. Not for long, though. Bialy is in a lot of trouble. He's going to be roasted if he stays. In fact, it's a headshot from Fur. Excellent play coming out here, and now 2 versus 3. SK losing 5 in a row, but now they want to get back in this game. Taz, how do you get out of this position? They're going to come from every angle.
Yeah, it's very scary. And at this point, if you're Taz, you almost have to rely on Neo to a certain degree, because this is where SK is at their most dangerous. They have over a minute on the clock to work their way around the map and find the information. And look at the positions they're in. One connector, one at A ramp. They're just watching for pushes. At the moment, they don't feel like committing anywhere. The bomb is centralized, so it can go either way. It's also watching for a flank. So if you're VP in this, you kind of want to know what's coming, considering you're in danger from so many different angles. Taz is going to work his way into a sneaky spot, but he's useless if they don't come to the A bomb site.
They're so smart on the SK team. They've really got this down to a science. The whole idea of just not throwing away these kind of rounds. They did it very well against Astralis yesterday as well. Just slowing it down, but the timing is incredible for Neo. Catching the bomb carrier, fallen down, Taz in the corner, making a bit of noise, looking for a headshot, but the grenade will end him and Fur will end the round. Double kill right there, and SK are on the board. That's what you wanted to see.
Yeah, it's so difficult to handle if you're VP in that situation. Split up, there's no chance you can work together. Taz puts himself in a pretty good spot to just hide and maybe catch someone off guard. It doesn't work, unfortunately. Neo had the great timing, but nicely done from SK. They do lose 3 players, so the money's still not going to be good. VP's been building it up this whole time. They're going to be able to reinvest quite easily. Actually, that pretty much that eats away all their bank. So last chance here for VP. This would be great for SK to win, to reset early on to claw back into it.
Yeah, you always like to see that. Fur going aggressive in the underpass. When he's on the CT side, he tends to play pretty aggressively here, so you have to expect he knows how to take that fight and sort of preemptively flashes it, making sure no one is going to be there. No really big tricks being pulled right now from the VP side, but I do like this AWP from Pasha.
Yeah, it's a tough angle to hit, especially as it looks they're working their way up catwalk. There's going to be a flashbang, and they can get by, hit this angle very, very quickly. He's not expecting it, and the Molotov is going to force him back. But again, Virtus.pro choosing to go with 3 players there, and Fur's going to lose that duel. It is a good trade by Fallen, but Bialy's got one today as well. They've got to get over to help him out because he's at such low HP, and the bomb on Fallen is in connector.
Taco might be the man to do it if he could get into window and maybe cause a bit of a disturbance there. Pasha is waiting on the other side with the AWP. They've got Taco locked in, it seems. Looks like he's working with Neo just to try and isolate that ladder room. 50 seconds on the clock, and the bomb is still in connector. SK, they're a man down, and they've got no more utility. And if they lose Cold Zero here, Bialy, look at the wrong way, and that's such a quick headshot. Definitely bringing it back here with 35 seconds.
Oh, it's all on Pasha now. He's got the big role to play. Fallen and Taco, they can encroach onto this bomb site, and here comes the peek from Fallen, and Pasha is going to be aware. The shadow came out, but he didn't see it. That's tough. It seems like he's under a lot of pressure, down to about 38 HP. There's the kill from Neo on catwalk, taking mid control. Pasha's still alone, and SK hasn't made their play yet. Pasha's stalling him out as long as he can. The bomb still needs to make its way. There's only 10 seconds left.
They've got to go quick. Fallen's got it picked up. Now he's up on the stairs. 8 seconds. They're trying to run him down. Snacks knows it. Another headshot comes in from Cold Zero. And now the bomb is being planted. 3 seconds left, and it finally goes down. Neo in a 1 versus 2. He spots Cold, but he can't get the kill. That was a little bit too quick, and Cold has picked up the AWP. So one mistake here from Neo is going to cost them the round, and then they can't rebuy. So a lot is riding on this 1 versus 2. Neo making the jump over, goes for the fight, and Fallen's going to win it. An excellent return into that round, and Pasha just, he was alone for a long time in that bomb site.
He did everything he could to delay him, but that's the problem with that one position at triple box, especially for an opera. Once you get there, I mean, it's so hard to fall back if the certain angles are covered, and he was just I mean, he had nowhere to go once he got stuck there by Fallen. That's really, really tough. And then the timing comes down, forces Snacks into a fight that he really, really wanted to take. If he gets that kill, obviously, they can't plan. It runs out of time. So he takes the fight before Neo's ready, but SK win it. And there's the reset. There's the op over to Fallen. So obstacle number 1 overcome by SK. Now it's obstacle of Fallen having the op, and he's been sensational in this tournament with it.
Very hard to stop him. I mean, we talked about Pasha having sort of a hard style to counter because of his movement. But Fallen, I don't know anybody who could really shut him down when he's up and running.
And I mean, it's also difficult to shut Fallen down because of his movement, but
yeah,
for completely different reasons when it comes to that. So yeah, that's the next test. We saw what Fallen did to them on Train. And we have some SK players, and this is, I mean, look at the way they're just taking map control slowly, and then they just pause. This is one of the great things about Furs. He's not scared to be so aggressive so early on the round that he can really just hold an angle and wait. And even though, I mean, he's more bold here just because he knows it's going to be against pistols, but it's still so tough to deal with if you're VP. They're trying to get the stack over towards the B bomb site, but it's difficult to get all 5 players into a good position when he's getting all the information.
Bit of an overextension there for running in. But not going to be losing the rifle right now. Neo with a good headshot on Cold Zero. This is a bit more expensive, I think, than SK were hoping for, but it's not the end of the world. They're still going to be able to get in and get the round, and taking 3 in a row always feels good.
Yes, it really does, and that also helps them, like we said, sustain the economy. That's going to be a big deal. Keep the op in Fallen's hands as long as we can go. Neo's having a good game on Catwalk as well. That was one of the positions I wanted to keep my eye on. That was going to be critical for Virtus.pro if they wanted to win this Mirage, this opening map. They have to have strong Catwalk, strong mid. They cannot let SK Gaming take all that ground for free, because you could see how effective SK is. Even if they trade, even if they're just going even trade, even if they lose it, even if they go a man down in a 3-on-4, they get such advanced positionings. It's so difficult. This looks like for SK, it's less that mid control. They know VP's put up a strong fight there. So this time they put 4 players over at A right at the beginning, and it could just be a contact play.
Oh, Taz is in trouble. Alone on the bomb site. Does get a headshot right away, and almost a follow-up kill. That's so much work done for Taz. I thought he was going to get overrun. One good flashbang, and he was never going to do anything, but Fur with the AK will catch Bialy. The fire on top of him as well, making his life very difficult. 4 versus 3 here, and they're even being flanked by Cold Zero, so I actually don't think VP can win this round, and even backing out won't be easy. Cold is going to be walking in, and he could catch Snacks, who's in the CT spawn. This was just a very impressive round from SK. Not necessarily an easy call to make to run in like that, but worked great.
No, but you have to remember as well, Fallen has seen a couple players on Catwalk. VP's played that 2 Catwalk setup a number of times. If you go back to Pistol, it happened in the gun rounds as well. They put some emphasis on that side of the map, so Fallen's just taking the risk and say, all right, if their game plan's going to be heavy B, let's just see what they're going to have at A. Let's see if maybe we've caught him on that same B stack and we have very, very light pressure. That's exactly what they got.
So Moses, very often when you're playing when you're the B anchor on this map, you end up in a world where you're either doing nothing for a long time or you're retaking A almost alone because everyone else is dead. How do you make yourself relevant as the B player if nothing is happening in B?
I mean, if you feel like there's no pressure, we see players do it, frequently. We saw, Snacks do it one time with the UMP on the second round. You can push up into it, you can grab the ankle, so you're at least providing information that even if there are players, they're very, very far away from the bomb site, so you can have more of a lean. Oftentimes, if it's not the 3-player stack at B the way VP's doing it, you can have a player double up on Catwalk to maybe catch him off guard and watch B from afar. Other than that, you have to rely on your teammates to either A, have successful initial defenses of A so you can get into the rotation with a chance to win, or if they're playing retake, you get there in time.
Just be on time.
Yeah, it's that easy.
Yeah, it feels like one of those positions that a lot of players just don't like to play. If it's about drawing straws, people tend to sort of try and avoid it if they can. I
think a term that I think I heard someone use was a cold position. Like you just have not about the player, but like you just have so many rounds where you're not going to see a lot of action, but you have to be ready and you have to be on point when they do come. So I mean, it's very stressful and very difficult in that sense.
I know that's a term that Astralis employed to sort of try and explain that situation where you're just not doing anything for a long time, and when something does happen, your brain is not ready for it.
Ooh, that's not good. Fallen spotted him out. I don't know if Taz realizes this, but he is shaking out just a little bit. Fallen. This is going to be tough for Taz.
Oh no, the Molotov burns in the wrong direction, and now the smoke is up as well. That looked like it should have been a sure kill. I'm not even sure Taz realizes how much trouble he was in right there. If anyone else had been in the middle for Fallen, he would have probably just held the angle and they would have got back up to try and take him down. Now instead, Fallen is the one to drop. That is so unfortunate. Taz needs to go back and watch this replay and just realize how lucky he was. Bolts is down as well. Bialy, with a little help from a friend there. The Molotov, perfect timing. With 18 seconds, SK can't afford to wait any longer. They're going to have to go. Fur looking the wrong way. It's all falling apart here. Cold Zero trying to bring it back with the AK-47. He's got 8 seconds to do a bit more, and now he's alone. And there's just no time. It doesn't matter any longer. Has to back off, so strange outcome, just that one fight in the connector.
Yeah, so many different fights came down to just a second. Even over at the murder hole, I think that was Fur that just looked away for half a second just at the wrong time and gets taken down. So on a knife's edge, looked like Cold was going to be able to get him back into that, but the time of the clock, the round just running down too quickly.
Do you think the fact that Taz stays in that corner, that takes up so much of Fallen's time, and you have to imagine he's also communicating it. Like, probably the first thing he does is, I've got Taz locked in a corner, right? And then he realizes, wait, there's no one nearby. So like that, a lot of the team attention goes to that for like 10 seconds.
Yeah, I don't even think Taz realized he was necessarily pinned in until the shot came out. But Fallen certainly was just saying, they just boosted Fur up into the window. That timing was unfortunate. He wasn't there to help out. Neo under a lot of pressure, but Actually, some spam and nade damage comes into Fur, putting him down towards 50. We know that won't slow his aggression down, and here they go. Pop flash in, Taz in the same spot again. This time it works. This time there's a lot less dangerous, and he's actually going to stick around a connector behind this smoke.
Flash didn't connect with Taz, but it looked like it caught Fur maybe more than it should have, so that second flashbang worked better on him. 4 versus 5 here. If SK lose this round, that's kind of a disaster. They actually cannot afford to give up this round now. They've got to keep winning and break Virtus.pro. That economy is all that matters right now. What a shot from Fallen. Looked like he was going to be down and out. Repeat coming in, and Fallen again taking down Pasha now. It's a 4 versus 3. And Fallen wants more. Inside this A-bomb side, only Bialy is alive, and he's about to get wrapped on from the apartments as well.
Well, only if actually it looked like Neo was going to come over and bail him out, but it's not going to happen. Nade underneath. Not as much damage as Bolts would have liked. He's given up his position for that nade, but still so much pressure on Bialy. He's got no backup here. Neo just now coming through the hole. He's got to find these two kills. They're not looking at him. Everyone's paying attention. There's one for Neo. Cold Zera's down low, and he's going to get a second. He gets there just in the right moment. Again, it's down to timing, and even takes down Taco to end the round. VP stays strong, 7-4 now.
You just have to imagine that Neo is the ultimate teammate to have. Like his intuition playing with Bialy inside the bomb side, who can't really do anything. He's simply locked in. Very well done. Great play between those two.
Bails him out of a tough spot as well, because I think a couple VP players get caught into little over-aggression, overextensions. Pasha, I think, realized, or was that Snacks with the AW? One of them realized on Catwalk that he had those players, you know, walking up, and he wanted to go for that peak, and he just stayed around too long.
AWP on Fallen. Pistols as well. Fallen wants to be aggressive, and he does actually just dump straight down the middle. That could have gone very wrong. He takes down Pasha again. I think I can tell what kind of mood Fallen is in this game, and that's always fun to watch. Yeah,
we mentioned he said it was sometimes difficult off against Pasha. At the moment, he seems to be having an all right time with it. Taz has to be careful how he plays this. He might be getting red. Bialy with the aggression is not going to find Taco. Headshot comes out. The bullets don't connect for Bialy. But again, SK spread out across the map. They can't take advantage of any of this yet, but they're fine with that. 5 on 3. They have 1 op and all pistols. Still a chance for VP to recover in this, especially with this position. Fur's not ready for that whatsoever.
And Fur actually heard and saw the grenade going up behind Neo, so that was a nice trick play coming out of Virtus.pro, you know, just pretending that they had smoked it off, and in fact it's a sort of a little bit of a bait play coming out. Snacks with the AWP in CT spawn, and he's got Taz nearby, so even in 3 versus 4, they can do a good job defending this bomb site.
It's, again, all going to be on the timing of Neo. Is he going to get over there to help them out when this hit comes in? He's going the wrong way now. He seems like he's going to go for the big flank towards the bomb site, but they have to know it's coming. Hey, Neo seems absolutely nothing. There's the peek out. Fallen almost with the flick. Tax takes him out. You believed he was going to hit it for just a second. Now Snacks with the op has to have an impact.
He's really worried about the angle. Doesn't want to get peeked from the apartments. 3 on 3 now. The time here is definitely a concern. 15, 14 seconds now. Bomb being planted in a fairly safe position. Let's see if SK can steal this round away. But Neo with the perfect timing. Double kill for him. Leaving Bolts up in the apartments, and that's going to cancel the round. What can Bolts do at this point in time? Neo with the quad kill. Saving the round yet again. And getting 8 on the board for Virtus.pro.
It's so brilliant how much impact he can have on the game. Great decision making as well. I thought actually that rotation was too much. It was going to take too long for him to get into the fight, and it just turns out to be perfect. That kill from Taz onto Fallen as well. A lot of VP signs in the crowd. They're probably loving it.
Yeah, that's very encouraging. And as Fallen was saying in the pre-game interview, he could definitely hear the crowd chanting for him yesterday when they were making the comeback against Astralis, and what a comeback it was. Let's see if they could do it again here. They're starting to drop pretty far behind, although they were down 11-4 in this map against Astralis and still made it back, so let's not take anything for granted just yet. The money situation, though, is looking a little bit dire for SK Gaming. The Galil, at least they have the grenades, so maybe they could make something work here. The mid-control being attempted from the Resilient side. I love this boost.
Yeah, that's quite nice. Really, really helpful. If someone's peeking out wide, Snacks is the timing going to be there. They don't have eyes on connector quite yet. This is so dangerous. It's all Taz from an off angle. He's going to line him up. He gets one. Bialy's found a kill, and there's Taz again. Holds connector so well. SK going for a contact play. This time it doesn't work whatsoever.
Taco by Tetris going to get shut down by Pasha. Easy kill towards the end for him. So, I mean, It actually looked like he jumped the gun, Taz. It looked like he'd given his position away and he was going to get peeked by 2 players, but it worked out.
That's so much confidence from VP, trust in Taz to watch that, and it seemed like it was actually going to be misplaced for a moment because Bialy's on top of the balcony, and he seemed fully exposed to those players. Taz just caught him at the right moment, but that was very, very dangerous. If Taz falls there, the rest of that defense collapses so quickly. Now Pasha feeling a little more bold with the AWP, and actually SK feeling maybe a little desperate, starting to put all 5 players, instead of spreading out like we normally see, all 5 players towards B. They're going to smoke out the molly, and Neo sees it coming.
He's going to make the choice to run back. Good shot from Snacks to just zone out the defense, the attack a little bit. There's Taco with the kill, though. The Tech-9, we don't see that too often, but it works this time. Nice peek from Pasha. Just a little bit of a wide angle in that peek, catching Taco off guard. Leaving it 3 versus 4. In the retake, still looking pretty good for Virtus.pro. Snacks. Oh my God, what a shot from Bolts.
That's so dirty. Bolts now with a chance, giving his team a chance to win this round. Flashbang out for Taz. He's on catwalk. He's got to wait for his teammates. There's the fight, though. Taz returns the favor, but he gets caught with a nade in his hand. Needs to be gun out there, and Bialy's the next one pushing up. Molotovs rain out. The utility for VP might just seal this. Fallen gets away, though. He was out in the omen for a moment. And the bomb is running low. There's Bialy with 1 more kill. They've got to find coldzera quick. They've got to just push him. It's not planted for him. Can he get around? Pasha's on it. 2 seconds left, and there it is. coldzera turns the corner just at the right time.
My God. It's a best of 5, guys. Just, you know, ease into it.
Slow build-up, perhaps. Everyone get in the mood.
It could be a very long evening, but if this is the set, if this is the level that we're reaching now, then I kind of look forward to this. I think it's going to be really damn good. coldzera here winning a huge round for his team. That's so important. They had nearly nothing. Now they've got their rifles, and in fact, Virtus.pro, in spite of winning all those rounds, not good. Falling with a headshot. Taz, forgetting about that little fact. Can get there quick on the T side.
Well, you want to talk about, you mentioned the cold position of the B bomb site. Neo's had a phenomenal game. He's at 17-5 at the moment, but the 1 round they rush B, he's not able to get a kill. Gets caught off guard by the smoke putting out his Molotov. Didn't have a good place to go.
He was jumping while reloading as well. So it was all, you could understand why there was a bit of panic maybe there. 9-5 moving into the 15th round, last of the first half here. And looks like a run boost just to try and bait out anyone who's going to be in the window or ping. Or scouting, as it happens with Neo, who's going to be on the A-bomb side this time.
This is Pasha's round. This is where he's got to show up. He's got the AWP. He's smoked out everywhere, though. That's the tough part. Flash over the A-ramp wall in case Bialy wanted to push it, but he's not going to quite yet. Can't hear any of this, so they have a pretty good amount of players on this side of the map. It's just all about, can Bialy be effective, because he's going to grab an angle in the corner. Taco's about to turn it. He was ready. There's the bomb. Fallen hasn't peeked. Oh, but Bialy goes back with a nade in his hand. Again, a VP player gets caught out.
Yeah, you definitely don't want to see that. Very low on the clock here. 27 seconds. That scout from Neo is going to be hard to win a fight against Fallen with. He's trying to see if he can maybe get the jump up on the box. Pasha setting up for a flashbang. Bomb making its way onto the site now, and Neo, can he follow it up here? Pasha coming in, sorry, that's Snacks coming in from behind. In fact, Pasha's there with the AWP taking down Fur. 6 seconds left. Where's the bomb plant happening? Fallen trying to do it desperately. There's the lineup, and Snacks is going to win the round. A great double kill. The timing could not be better. And Virtus.pro bringing it back clean in that last round. 1 small gap in that smoke. How many times have we seen it? And Pasha finds it, destroys the planter. And again, VP let the clock run down. They go for a late execute, and it's just not shored up. That is a phenomenal half from Virtus.pro, starting in the pistol round, moving forward. 10-5 on the CT side. That's brilliant, especially against the T side we saw of SK yesterday. And I have to think, Moses, and an old-timer like yourself, it's got to bring a bit of a tear to your eye watching Neo on top of the scoreboard with something like 17-5, I think it was.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, it might even added 1 more at the end, actually. Maybe not with that scalp, but it's It's the way, it's a different style than what he used to employ, right? He used to be like, he used to be the Colds era of his era.
Yes.
You know, he used to be so very good.
Just
one
with
of the best players.
worse teammates.
And I mean, just it always astounds me the different ways that he's able to find impact on the game, and it's always championship level impact, despite having, you know, a rough turn of form for a couple months. But either way, pressure in mid for VP. The Glocks just ringing out, daring Bolts to peek into them.
That's a fight that's very hard to take. Glock versus USP on opposite sides of the middle.
Well,
I can appreciate the fact that VP wanted to turn away from that.
I think you feel a little safer when you have all 5 players there, just shooting at the one spot, waiting for that peak. Very easy to walk into those bullets. SK, they still have a mid-centric defense at the moment. Coldzera guarding Fallen's back. But since they haven't seen anyone, everyone's going to start rotating away. Bolts has come back, so is Fallen up connector. He's out in the open for the moment, but he does get back. Is he going to fall all the way? He's got teammates here, so he doesn't want to. There's the peek from top stairs. They're trying to juggle this, but Neo and Snacks find kills. They're starting to open up this site, and Coldzera's in danger.
Yes, he is. He's going to fight his way out with a great headshot. They're all coming for him. That is almost a little bit unfair. At least give him the chance here. Gonna run him down. Taco and Bolts now 2 versus 3, and they're gonna run all the way through the underpass up into the B-bomb site. This is matchmaking level strategies, Moses. I've never seen anything like this.
Yeah, but it looks so brilliant when you bust it out in a championship game. And as well, Taco seemed frustrated. He was going for the flank, and then he hears him coming back, and you could see it on his face in the player cam. Bolts, I don't think he's aware that Neo is here. This is a tough spot to clear, and when does Neo decide to make his move? It's right now. There goes Bolts. This could be 2 pistol rounds for VP, and Taz doesn't take the fight. He just drops away. Smart play from him.
Neo with yet another triple kill. Taco trying to fight his way back and looking for a headshot. He's going to get one. Still 6 bullets in and hasn't reloaded yet. Very hard to reload in this situation. In fact, down to 3, and he's going to get dropped by Taz. A huge round win here for Virtus.pro. And I mean, that play, taking the A-bomb site, fighting away through connector with 3 players to take Coldzera down, and just saying, listen, they'll never see us coming B.
Yeah, yeah, right. I'm wondering if they just encountered way more pressure at that A site than they expected. So they figured there was just, you know, they just figured, let's just bail out. You know, why even bother in a 3-on-2? Why even bother fighting for this? Let's just stick together, make sure we don't have to watch 3 different angles. We just get over to the B-bomb site as a unit. And then obviously Neo has the great positioning. Again, the Deagles come out for the SK side of things in the second round. Fallen going without armor here. Snacks has got to be careful. Fur right around the corner. He's going to swing with that Molotov, and Snacks just barely wins it. It's a huge fight, though.
It's very important that he does, though, because otherwise that push from ramp is going to be shot in the side as well. Fallen missing the kill. This is looking great. They still have Pasha in middle to make a bit of noise, and even trapping, I believe, Taco in the corner with the Molotov there. I'm not sure if he realizes quite yet, but he's done a pretty good job. Going to make the hero jump into the window. Will eventually get shut down, but probably too late.
Didn't come off as too heroic there.
No.
But Neo still racking up kills, a 3K in this round, including checking the corner of Fallen in the bomb site, which can be so tricky at times under a lot of pressure. 12-5 now for the Polish side, which is almost insane to think about.
Yeah, my mind is blown. This is very, very cool. This story for Virtus.pro throughout this whole tournament and the preceding 6 months or something, where everyone has been raining on that parade, and for good reason. And then this.
Nothing matters when Daddy Neo shows up to the server. 23 kills for him.
Oh my god. How is he doing it?
And only 5 deaths as well.
I just actually can't explain it. Gonna go take a fight with Coldzera and nearly win it. No armor on the SK side, so we're gonna have to wait a bit before the Brazilians can start to fight back. Here's the issue, though. SK have made so much use of that double AWP setup, and it's gonna be a while before they can reliably pick that up.
Yeah, it will be. I think Fallen didn't do the armor with the Deagle in the last round, so he might be able to have one. Pasha's actually doing that with no smoke. It does get put up a little delayed. He's going to find that kill. It's a low HP Coldzera, and thank God for it. I don't know if he would have been able to adjust in time. A lot of noise being made in all these positions. That's going to lure Fur out in front of the smoke. Snacks. Oh, he catches him. It fades, and there's the head. Neo as well gets dinked. Just not enough firepower on the SK side to really fight for this round. Snacks immediately dropping the UMP, knowing he's going to upgrade to 13-5. First gun round is so critical for SK.
And we're praising Neo a lot, as well we should, but considering, I mean, I'm going to look forward to seeing the jump in the statistics from Snack's pre-final and during the final here. He's, I think, 16-5 now, which is still very respectable. He's done a pretty good job and just been reliable overall.
He had great impact even in
Yes.
the start of the first half. I mean, the pistol round, I think he had 3 kills, and I think the 4th round he had 2 or 3 kills as well. Those are big rounds to get triple kills.
Let's see how this is going to play out. Bolts and Fur wanting to go aggressive. Taz with a UMP to stop them. He does see the feet. Going to try a bit, and do SK want to fight it? It seems like they just want to exchange a couple of grenades, but Snacks is ready to flash his way through on the other side. Viali goes down. Neo gets a kill, and Fur's completely surrounded here. He's going to be dropping the bomb, but he's getting shot in the back. Snacks to take him down. 2 versus 2 now, and they're quite far away. Cold, does he want to risk it? If he goes a bit early, he's going to at least be able to call that out to Taco that someone's in CT spawn, but he can't stop the bomb. And long range tapping there. Taco winning the fight. And now it's up to Taz. 1 versus 2.
That's not ideal. Taco even spots him out, so now they know his position. Taz wanted to be safe there for just a bit. Out in the open, trying to take the fight with the one-on-one. But coldzera's arrived. And Taz is going to have to duel his way out, and it's not going to work. Molotov in his face, and he's going to find one, but he can't get out of the flames, and he can't get away from coldzera. But still, you would consider this actually, he only doesn't have a kit here, so this could be dangerous. I think he's got it, but still a very costly round for a win for SK.
Yeah, definitely a bit scary there at the end. I mean, if Taco doesn't win the fight in CT spawn, tapping away with that M4 at range, that always is a bit risky. Could have ended up any number of ways. Great job, though, for SK Gaming. You don't really want to win your first rifle round having only 1 person alive, but...
You hate that, actually. It's actually almost frustrating.
Beggars can't be choosers, isn't
exactly. I mean, but look at this desperate situation. It's great that Fallen has the AWP. That's dropped over to him, I believe. He's got no armor, though. Yeah, this is going to be difficult. So Fallen's going to be in the window. Pasha has an AWP of his own, but he's been relatively quiet compared to what we saw last night in the semifinals, which was just ungodly. Some pressure being put over at the A bomb site from VP. This is a fake execute. No one's committing. It's not drawing too many rotations. It does bring coldzera out to catwalk, and he's going to win that fight. Neo can't do it. Pasha's up next with the AWP, but Fallen finds him. The 1-2 punch in mid for SK. It feels like they've already sealed this round.
Yeah, that's how you want to get started. Pasha definitely not ready for it. Snacks really wants that AWP, hoping that Fallen is going to give them a chance to get back in the game with some sort of peek here in the middle. But why would SK do that? Hopefully they won't.
No, at this point, just back up into the bomb sites. In fact, you almost want them to lure closer to you. You want them to commit to a site because you want to upgrade these 2 UMPs for free. And there's not a lot of utility due to the fake execute, but timing not with Fallen again. Taz has to be prepared, but he's not. Bialy's up next, and coldzera's going to get all 3. 4 kills in the round. And there he is, the monster's coming to play.
He makes it look so easy, but if you play that corner when you're trapped in there, you can either peek too far or you can sort of be too passive and stay in the corner. I mean, if you slide out just a little bit too far to the right, then you're exposed against 2 instead of 1, and you just lose immediately.
It's also, there's Edward in the crowd, hanging out, having a good time, getting a cheer. But, I mean, part of it, it's that first kill. It's that one on Taz. If that takes too long, then Bialy's able to swing out and either trade it immediately or even kill coldzera before he can finish the kill on Taz. So, I mean, it's that first kill when he turns the corner that, in my mind, is the most impressive part about coldzera. But he does have this uncanny ability to string kills together. He always knows where the next one's going to come.
So well done. Closing the gap. 13-7. There's just 6 rounds between the 2 teams now. But that is not the whole story. The other part lies in the economy, which is what we're really looking for. Now we've got the Doblov. Now we've got the SMGs in play here for the Brazilian side. This is starting to look like a repeat of yesterday. I hate to say it.
Yeah, it very well could be. And I mean, from different sides of the map, I guess you would say it's from. But certainly SK had a phenomenal comeback against Astralis on this map.
Yes.
And again, looking like a chance, and that's great damage with the nade. Here they are jumping out, first switching weapons, and he just has to back off because of that. That little second of inconvenience forces him away.
Yeah, he was a bit too aggressive, maybe a little bit too happy jumping around the middle. There is really, I mean, apart from the upgraded P250s here, there's no flashbangs or smokes or anything. So VP, they need a hand here for SK. They need someone to go a bit too aggressive.
They need to kill Fur if he's going to peek like that. I mean, obviously it's easier said than done, and there was a flashbang for him, but getting that 1 kill would be a good start. It would cause a shift in the rotation, and from there maybe you can just get lucky. But yeah, without utility, this round looks like it's going to be pretty cut and dry for the SK side.
Looks like 3 men are heading towards the apartments, and Fallen will be there with the AWP on the other side. Bolts, I think, by the connector. I mean, Fallen could miss a shot and give them a chance to get closer.
Well, the tough part is the bomb is in middle, so the bomb has to come off connector. It's basically running the gauntlet of so much unsmoked territory. This is going to handle that nicely, and now, yeah, the bomb has no chance. The idea is maybe drop out of, if you have the bomb in those holes, maybe Fallen misses his shot, and then you get some P250s close up that don't allow him to repeat, and then you can get at least a bomb plant. But not going to happen here, but still, I think this is, what, 3 or 4 for SK in a row now, so the losing bonus is building up.
It's definitely looking a hell of a lot better and saving the double AWP. We've seen some games recently where, you know, the team that buys that double AWP, they lose it, even if they win the round. They just lose one of the AWPs in some unfortunate place.
So costly, isn't it?
Yeah, you just don't want to see that. Once you've made the investment, you really want it to last like 3 or 4 rounds so you can rebuy it if anything happens. 5 rounds now is the gap. Fallen moving pretty aggressively. That Molotov not covering him, and Taz goes down. Next in line is Pasha. That's such a great double kill. Now VP, they don't even get any control in the center of the map. They just get shut down by SK Gaming.
The last 2 rounds they've had guns, VP hasn't even been able to run anything they've wanted. They haven't even been able to get like the most basic map control. This time they're denied mid, and they just lose too much. So moving forward, VP's got to find a way to adjust to that. Maybe take a timeout, maybe figure it out. But the fact that they're not even able to even compete for these rounds is frightening.
Definitely don't want to see that. And on a map like Mirage, I mean, those AWPs could be anywhere, round for round. You know Fallen is an incredibly dynamic AWP player, so you're not even sure where exactly he's going to be. Easy kill for Cold Zero, and Snacks alone.
Goal is 3 kills. There's 1. There's 2. 1 more would be phenomenal, and he's ready for it. Cold Zero has dropped down, but he misses that timing. Molotov gonna ring from Catwalk, and Snacks can't really leave this area. He needs to get the bomb up on Catwalk, and there's Bolts aggressive behind the Molotov. Nice attempt for Snacks, but they do salvage the double op setup. It was dropped in window, so easy enough.
Yeah, Colt swapped out for an M4, so did they decide to give up on it?
They very well could have.
He could have just swapped back again after we went off camera, but...
That's a little unfortunate. Maybe, I mean, maybe unfortunate is the wrong word. Maybe it's a miscalculation from Taz. Yeah, they only have 1 AWP, so... oh yeah, it was Cold Zero that dropped into the window room as well. So
he gave it to Taco before he dropped into the window, which is such a cool detail.
Yeah.
I don't know. I can't explain it. They could have if they wanted to.
I think Taz mistimed his jump behind that smoke. You don't want to land in the gap, do you? You want to land behind the boxes. So that could have been a small detail. And Fallen is really coming on point now, which is frightening. And there's VP trying to get into the site while also walking through fire, and it's a slaughter.
I mean, I'm ready for this. We were on this roller coaster yesterday, Moses, with SK, and it was wonderful. Now we get to see if they could do it again. They have brought it very far back, up to 10 rounds now, and Virtus.pro seem to have really almost no answers when it comes to the T side here. They have all the timeouts they could possibly want. That's not the problem. They just need to take one and try and dig a little bit deep here. I'm not even sure what the weakness is right now for SK. How do you get past Fallen?
You haven't even really gotten to the stage where you can probe the defense if you're VP or getting eliminated before you can get anywhere close. By the way, remember, this was a 10-5 half. VP has won both pistols. They get up to 13-5, and 5 straight for SK in all the gun rounds. Nightmare scenario for VP. At least this time, they haven't lost any players yet, so it's already better than last round.
Yes, it is, and they do some damage, and Bialy there. They forced Fur back from the middle in that connector, and he gets taken out from Bialy over at the apartments. Cold Zero ready for the boost, but the headshot from Snacks, that's a big kill. Cold Zero usually getting that kill 99% of the time, but this was not one of them. Bolts, he's so ready for this peek, and Snacks looks like he's looking the wrong way, so it's going to be at least 1 kill return there, and the bomb is still maneuvering around in middle.
It'll be interesting to see how Bialy plays this. You don't want him to fall here. He's the off player. He's the lurker in this scenario. He's not the one to make a move. You want the other 3 players to do it. He's holding his ground. They've got advanced position. Here comes Taco. He's the one that's... Ooh, no, he turns around. Now Bialy does. Taco is so exposed here. It's all on the timing, and it's not with Taco. Big kill for Bialy. The A bomb site is open. How does VP react to this? They're patient. They're waiting for the information. They're waiting for the all clear, and now they've got it.
And Fallen is up in the B hallway, so he's miles away. If he'd moved forward there, Taco, I think his shadow would have shown on the ground anyway, so it should have been one fight for Bialy, although it's by no means 100%. Fallen and Bolts here, just trying to save the rifles. 4 versus 2. That will be a 14th round here for Virtus.pro, and that worked out very well. I mean, the first kill was wonderful, but that second one on Cold Sierra, that could have gone either way.
No, the opening for VP is a classic. You apply some pressure to the connector defender, and then you have one player in those palaces just waiting to punish it as he falls back. And actually, if I'm completely honest, that's something that Fur doesn't usually make that mistake. You don't see that punished too often because those connector players are very, very aware of that danger coming out. This time it gets punished. So big from VP. They get an opening finally. They get a first kill. And they've got their first gun run on the board for their terror side.
Snacks taking a nap while he was dead in the round. Just having a good time. Lounging, as we say.
Yeah, he's taking a leaf out of JDM's book.
Maybe that's the key. So now you've got that one big round, but it doesn't seem to me like it's a round that's so easy to replicate.
No, it's not, especially because Fur's now going to be even more aware. Yeah, what's up, Hobbit? Having a good time. Oh, this is a big one as well. Another opening, and it's Bialy on Fur one more time. Ready for that aggression. I don't think Fur expected them to be turning that corner so quickly.
Be just a little bit careful. Fallen there in the middle. There was nobody there to help out Fallen, not in window, catwalk, or connector, so that makes me a bit worried. I realize he was down in the underpass, but should probably call for a little bit of backup before you try and get out too quick. Plenty of time, though. Fallen really wants to go and look for a kill, and this is the kind of Fallen play I love more than anything. This is not every day we see someone sort of getting this close with the AWPs, already scoped up there.
They're ready for it, though. Pasha, I think, is scoped in on this, and then, oh, he tags him. Maybe through the wall, down to 20 HP, maybe a leg shot. That's beautiful. The awareness. Knowing that a play would have to be made to get something for SK. Pasha's able to force him back entirely. Flash coming out, Snacks is in the smoke on Palace. That's beautifully designed. You don't usually see that, but now Snacks has a way into the round for his team. He's got a foothold in this A bomb site. And actually, I think SK's misreading this at the moment. They've got 2 players in B. Fallen was heading that direction. He's wrapping around to not be smoked off, but this is going to be so tough for SK.
Almost impossible. One good grenade, one Molotov here on Fallen. He's going to be in so much trouble. 25 seconds. Smoke wall there to cover the crossover. Bolts is going down. The bomb is planted. And it's definitely time to give up here. 15 rounds for Virtus.pro. SK, I'm not sure why they want to give up these rifles. 5 versus 3 with 20 health on Fallen.
Yeah, no, it's time to save. There is no way you stick around in this scenario. You're basically out of money. Cold's going to get 1 kill, but even that's risky. It's not even technically worth the risk for that weapon. Neo's found position. If he could just take 1 or 2 of these guns, that would be so huge. Eddie misstep from SK.
Taco's in a good position here. He's going to walk right into Neo. Just goes forward a bit too soon. That was very tricky, and Cold goes down as well. It looked like half the SK team wanted to fall away then, and the other half didn't. Missing a shot, getting close at the end of the round. Fallen saving the AWP, which is going to be a huge tool in this upcoming round to try and fight for overtime here. That's what's on the table for SK Gaming. There was some really uncharacteristic just hesitation going on there on the SK side. You don't normally see that.
Yeah, it seemed like they really wanted to fight for that to some degree, but I mean, I think eventually Fallen just kind of realized with his HP, they just couldn't do it. It's the unfortunate, that's almost one of those rounds where you don't even worry about trying to take guns away. Actually, hold the phone. VP wants to end it right now. It is a double up setup for the SK side, but there's no one at A. There's 0 defense here, and VP's already got the site. They're gonna have the plant as well. The one advantage SK's got is their utility. The Snacks want to come through this over the edge. He finds Fallen. One of the ops is gone. SK has to fight for this round, but they've got no leg to stand on.
Well, you said it, Moses, a knockout punch. And Snacks, he's so ready for this fight. Grenade into CT spawn, putting on the pressure, re-smoking it to try and look over again. Bomb ticking inside of the side, and SK know this is their last chance to fight for Mirage. The map that's been played first here. Taco goes down. Cold Sierra, 1 in return. Gets a second on Taz, and somehow it's a 3-on-3 now. Cold, he wants a bit more. There's almost no time left. The spray comes in. Neo gonna get 1. And there's just a couple of seconds now. Cole, the last one standing. The spray is in. And Virtus.pro going to win map number 1, 16-10 against SK Gaming. Who could have seen it coming? The absolute return of Virtus.pro here in the grand finals. And it's a best of 5 as well. It doesn't get any better than this, does it?
No, that's some old school VP. That's the VP that everyone is so surprised to see. Neo still having a tear in this tournament, which is brilliant to see, but everyone else contributing in a big way. A nice T side, some bold decision making on the T side as well. And I think the important thing is their T side actually got shut down early on for about five rounds. And then they figured it out, and then they got the solution. And that's a VP we haven't been able to see, one that could stop momentum of their opponents. Well, they've done it here in map 1.
That's going to send SK back to the drawing board. Obviously, there's still so much to come, but that was some really interesting rounds that were being played there. A long stretch in the second half where VP were not having a good time. Didn't even get into the rounds. They just got shut down.
Yeah, I mean, they were losing 2-3 players within the first 20-30 seconds, and at that point, you can't even really figure anything out. You don't even have the space to like find a solution for something. It's just, all right, guys, please don't get killed. We need to actually attack a bomb site at some point. But they've done it, and I mean, Snacks is here.
Yeah, the prophecy is coming true, Moses.
Is that what we're going to term this from now on?
The simulation has guided us to this point in time.
Now we've gone the wrong direction. No, but I mean, that's such a sick... Because we were talking before this, you know, how sick would it be to have like the classic coldzera versus Snacks matchup? Like the two of the best players we had last year going head-to-head. That would be phenomenal. And I mean, the stage is still set for a long, long series between these two teams. But that was SK's pick.
Yes, it was. Very interesting. I really look forward